well, like, you're a 42-year-old woman and you're acting like this. Like, the fact that, like, yeah, you're annoyed with me, but the fact that you can't talk to me and think that this whole thing's not going to get resolved.
Why is she mostly annoyed with you, though?
Oh, because she's like, this isn't the first time that you've done this sort of thing. And I'm like, Loki, you're the one that I have more problems trying to bring things up to because you laugh it off and think it's all a fucking joke. And then when I crack the shits about it, and then she's like, oh, well, when you were getting shitty playing Immortals, like, I said, well, why did you bother getting the game? I meant it as a question, and you just went quiet. And I was like, yeah, but do you know how that sounds coming across from you? And it's like, well, why'd you bother? And I mean, the fact that she's just blocked me on Facebook just proves my point. Like, I don't know. Like I said, like I said the last time we played with that group, I have nothing to lose. Like, you know. And fucking Nathan was sitting in the party, like, calling me a cunt and all this shit, but he had me muted, and I'm like, oh, you're fucking lippy for someone who doesn't want to open his mouth. For someone that, you know...
Yeah, that is pretty lippy.
I was like, cunt, if you were there in fucking person, I would have floored you. Piece of piss. Straight up, just absolutely fucking floored him.
Come on, you can't. Oh, this thing is resistant to tripcasters. He's a total cunt of a thing.
Oh yeah, Sig, I managed to get a free copy of Cold War too.
How'd you score that?
Yeah, how?
Okay. So, Stephen, remember when I told you like, my sister's boyfriend went fucking mental and destroyed the house and attacked the house with an axe?
Oh, you told me that he you told me that he destroyed shit and that he threw a PlayStation or some shit at a fucking.
Apparently he went and got an axe and was like destroying the house with it. Anyway,
fucking alright, Johnny.
Because I paid for the PlayStation, my sister kept the console and
hold on, what?
And kept everything.
My heart sings.
Yeah, well, I'm home. Hi.
Yours is a poet's heart.
So yeah, she kept everything, and then I said, well, because she's given the PlayStation to my nephew for Christmas, I was like, he's not going to play COD, so can I have the game? And she's like, yep. So there you go. I scored a free copy of Cold War.
I'm playing a game.
Before the weather changes, the whole of my clan would be here to cope.
Oh my god. I'm gonna shut my door again. Buddy, can you shut my door?
The fact that it's 200 something odd gigs is just...
Yeah, it is quite big.
I'm just like... Cold War.
It's not that fucking big, cunt.
Yeah it is.
No, it's not.
200 something gigs is like goodbye hard drive.
Right.
I don't know how big it is on console, but it was around that big on PC.
Yours is fucking broken because mine's only 150 gigs.
I looked at the back of the case. It's like 265 gig.
Yeah, that's
you could be talking about needing free space.
That's if you include Warzone in it. If you don't download Warzone, it's like only 150 odd.
Still, it's a big chunk.
Oh yeah, it's still a big game.
So that they may grow. So they may be good.
But it ain't no fucking 260 gig cunt.
Bye-bye, Ted. Of course I killed the demon, you dumb ass. Anyways.
To feed their traps. The first to signal from the top of that tower, their war chief's weapon in hand. drinks my mead for
A lot of overrides.
Thor's beard. It's good to see you, Billy.
Cauldrons.
Oh, is it? Or have you come to snatch
Cauldrons?
gold from my careless
If you go to the
parents?
cauldron, you can learn how to hack machines.
We can snatch
Oh,
glory
I see.
together. Unless you're too frightened to fight
Hacking
beside me.
machines allow you to
Oh
turn friendly.
no, this
Mhm.
is a contest now.
Except for Thunderjaws. Can't turn Thunderjaws
No,
friendly.
Is the
Yes, you can.
Eh. It must have been with the Frozen Wilds
Yes,
update.
Dante.
No?
Nope. It was in from the
I'm
get-go.
a bit busy, buddy. I'm trying to play a game. It
Yeah.
requires me to listen to it.
Gotta get to all the cauldrons.
It's been ages since I played it, so my knowledge of what you can and can't hack is dismal.
Let's put it this way. You can hack everything except for corrupted missions.
So I gotta go to a cold.
God, I don't know why it's bothering so much, the fact that she acted like that, but fuck me, does it annoy me now.
I don't know why it would be a bother.
Sorry?
I said I don't know.
Oh, because like, I asked them what they were doing tonight, right? Right, this is how it all started. I asked them what they were doing tonight. And they said, oh, we're playing Avengers with Nathan. I'm like, oh, well, Nathan's actually... And, you know, in my mind I'm thinking, well, what, he's actually showing up. And then, because the new character for Avengers dropped, I was like, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to get a chance to play the new character. And I was like, oh, so where was my invite? It must have gotten lost, you know? Ha ha ha. And then they're like, oh, well, you did that, you had other people to play it with and all this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys on about? And then I was just like, oh, well, you know, if you guys are going to act like that, like, I'm not going to fucking deal with it, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, alright. I was like, well, I see when this, you know. And so, I left the party. I was like, look, this group's starting to go the way of, like, my old group. Like, it's starting to get, people are starting to get toxic. And I was like, alright, whatever, you know. So I fucking left the group. I removed Aqua and Nath off my friends list on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I get a message from Aqua. He's like, oh, if you're annoyed, you're supposed to talk to us about this sort of stuff. And I was like, I just fucking did. I was like, look, I'm not going to deal with this on Facebook. I was like, you know, invite me to a party and we'll sort this out. So they invite me in and fucking, you know, I'm trying to say, oh, you know, this shit's not going to happen again. And then fucking Loki starts arcing up. Like, this ain't going to get sorted out and all this shit. Like, this ain't gonna get sorted out, so I'm just gonna leave. Fucking Nath already had me muted because he was pissed off that I said I was gonna replace him with, like, with you when we're playing World War Z. And I was like, well, technically he doesn't even have World War Z. And
Aha, I knew I could write
so
the
he
papers.
started mouthing off, so I fucking arced up at him, and they're like, oh, he can't hear you because he's got you muted, and I was like, yeah, well, fucking big balls on him. And Loki's like, I'm not dealing with this anymore, because what you're going to do is you're going to be all buddy-buddy with us in a, next week, or, you know, you'll be all buddy-buddy with us, and then next week it'll be the same old bullshit. And I was like, you don't fucking know that. And then she's like, oh, I'm just done with the bullshit. She's like, I'm just done with you. Like, I never was your friend anyway.
Damn right. It's aggressive.
And I was like, so... What, we played games together for a few months, and apparently
Apparently.
Oh, like, apparently you were just doing it all for fucking show. It's funny. I brought them all together, you know, and then I get ousted like that.
Piss bit bullshit.
The fact that the whole group started from me and Nath because we started playing Avengers together.
What was that? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
The group started with basically with me and Nath because
That's right, he's the Mildred Finch guy, isn't he? Yeah. Interesting. But like, I don't know. If me playing games with them was a problem,
I said that to them.
Trying to replace someone, they should have said something.
I said that. I was like, you guys should have said something. They're like, oh, well, you should have spoken to us about it before. We don't have a problem with us. I was like, well, it kind of sounds like you fucking do. I was like, you can't say that you don't have a problem with her, and then say, oh, I just brought someone into the group without consulting the group. I was like, I don't have to fucking consult anybody on who I bring into the group. And I was like, it's a fucking group chat, like... I don't get what the big deal about it is.
I don't know. It's a little funky, I guess. But, funny.
You're injured. No, stop.
That's how they view you after playing with you for quite a while, then fuck it.
Pride cannot heal you, Heminger. Only care and bandages.
Hey, kitty.
I've got no idea if this is even gonna have space.
You saw it.
Oh,
The hearts in these people.
if it's even
They
gonna
rallied behind their Jarl. You have that effect on men. They trust you.
Good kitty.
cute for copying. I say, what the fuck is downloading?
And they love
Something.
but he lacks the trust of our Danes.
Oh, kitty, you're being so cute tonight.
Oh, thank you.
And you accept it.
You wish.
I did put on my
He thinks me immortal.
my pink skirt
You don't go
tonight.
meow.
He does not want what I
Oh.
have.
Yeah, right.
You put on your pink skirt. I put on my nothing tonight.
Really? I put my inside-out suit on.
Ew.
Fucking one-up me,
And,
bitch.
you know,
Work
might wanna-
uniform on.
Billy's name.
you might want to go get your pink sock checked out, eh?
I need you.
That was a good one. I'll give you that. That was good.
Don't understand that.
Wow. He's talking about you. He's talking about dick.
I figured it could have been about that.
Well, I mean, pink sock. I mean, it's pretty fucking self-explanatory, Stephen.
He is reluctant.
Okay, I'm starting to question whether you know what pink sock is or not.
Maybe. I don't know. I just assumed that's what you were talking about.
Okay.
Is the result of excessive anal plundering.
The fact that
on.
she just straight
Carry
up
on.
looked it up.
The intestines actually exit through the anus, forming a dangling mass resembling a pink sock.
So basically, an anal gate.
Doubt his succession if it was named.
Yeah.
And just like that, Sig's back to his fucking. Well, he's like. I was gonna say he's back to his nasty self, but fuck, the fucker never left. He just upgraded.
Sight is clear and your
That was a bit nasty, yeah.
let that guide your thinking.
Do you guys like Mexican pancakes?
Oh my god.
I kind of feel like this is a sexual joke.
Downfall soon.
Somebody made mac and cheese,
Old
but
friends made new.
got different sections and used a shit ton of food coloring,
Send them away.
Ew.
and
I
it
can
just looks like an
follow them a
abomination.
while longer.
Let's go, Pony.
So, who's
I
excited
knew
for
it'd be out of
Cyberpunk?
Reggie.
Lights for you below.
Yeah, hopefully. I want to make myself have a big, giant slong and look like a femboy.
Do you know what I'm literally waiting for though?
Jeez.
An announcement later tonight. Sorry, Cyberpunk's been delayed again.
I doubt it though. They've actually released they have released
I
copies
know,
and given them
I know,
out.
I know they've released copies and given them out, but you know.
Oh,
I mean, what, we're talking 8 years in the fucking
No.
making here?
well, 7 and a bit.
Farewell,
but, you
Pony.
know.
I'm releasing you to the wild.
Still, if they don't fucking... If the game's bad, these people are gonna fucking die.
I don't
Basically.
think it is going to be bad, but
It might be a bit of a letdown, maybe, possibly.
I think it's gonna be very much subject to opinion. I think it's going to be very similar to, you know,
Billy,
the community of The Witcher and shit. Like, it's going to, well, Witcher for me anyway, like, it's going to be a really good game. And I know it's going to be a good game, but I just can't stand the game.
alright. What if
Like, I
don't
think there's
find
going to be a lot of
side
people like
effect?
that.
You've oversold the view.
You know, that's fair.
Because from all the comparisons I've heard so far, I'm not that keen on it. Because everyone's like, oh, it's just like a more futuristic of GTA. Alright, cool, but we already got GTA.
No, I am certain I saved you from a snowdrift once.
But again, until I play it myself, I can't really say too much.
what lifestyle are you going with?
Tree murderers is the man who's had one too many blows to
Or
the
stands out for you?
Fucking, I'll work it out when I get in there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll probably be the type of person that fucking just kills him.
That tower there.
See, I was thinking either Nomad or I was going to go street punk, like
I do.
work in the underbelly of Night City.
Winds chill as we sheltered from the wind for hours.
Because I was saying,
I've read nothing
For the
into it. I know
chickens you
nothing.
let loose.
Yeah, I've been
about
reading
it.
into it. I just want to go in fresh without knowing anything.
It's good to ride with you again, Arstick.
I told
the fact that you can't romance Keanu, just
the dragon's tail.
that's the one thing that lets me down.
Twig in my eyes.
Oh, I don't really
but,
like
you know,
Keanu
PC
anyway,
Must
so.
I remind you
PC will have the
of
mods.
Disrobed adventures in the pre-dawn streets of Stavanger.
I just
Oh,
want
shit,
to, I just want to make my
that's
character with 3 dicks.
And many pockets full of vomit.
3
Dragon's tail
dicks.
it was.
Why not?
Are you sure you want my
The question isn't why. The question is why not?
Okay, what purpose will 3 dicks serve? Unless
that
you
what
get
you
to
call your
fucking, like,
house?
fucking tentacly fucking choke people out with them.
Hey, it's Cyberpunk. Anything's possible.
What the fuck?
Ooh, the shadow sling looks good. Carja
No,
shoot bow.
the shadow sling is air. You
Okay,
want the
well,
blast sling.
okay. What about the Carja shoot bow, or is that pretty shit as well?
Well, let's put
What?
it this way, compared to the Banuk weapons, they're all shit.
Okay, fine.
in the
You bully
meantime-
me.
In the meantime, it's not the
I don't really want to follow you, shirtless guy, but okay.
Don't want to follow you, shirtless guy, but okay. That's not a sentence I thought I'd hear.
What happened?
I came too late to stop this.
The pigs set fires in the
Yeah, that's fair.
They mean to spite us. There are more people trapped within.
Wachief's
Free them,
Trail,
Avon.
where the Nora
Tend to
party was
wounded. We'll get them out.
ambushed. That's closest to me, so I'll go there first. And yeah, it probably isn't a sentence you'd expect to hear.
Eh.
There may be others that stand our ground.
Blah blah blah
Bloody-
blah.
In one of my trophy hunting pages at the moment, we're doing a round robin for what we all think is the actual game of the year for all of us. And
For what?
fucking what we all think the game of the year is for all of us in the page. And fucking bloody Last of Us 2 got deleted so fucking quickly.
I'm not surprised.
Nobody fucking likes it. Well, hang on, let's rephrase it. It's that nobody likes it, it's just the fact of what it was up against was a fucking terrible matchup.
Yeah, no, fair.
The fact that fucking Last of Us 2 is going to win is just disgusting.
Probably not. Let's put it this way, if everyone's voting on it as much as what the Facebook page did, there's no way in fucking hell it's gonna win. Let's put it this way, it was up against Ghost of Tsushima. In total there was about 2,000 odd votes that were put on it. 10 were for The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
How do you use two bullets again for the arrow?
You ADS and R1.
No! 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 Ah! Thank you, stranger. I thought this was my
ADS and
last day
R1
on
doesn't
the
seem to be doing shit.
Have you unlocked
Yeah.
your skill?
Yep.
Are
Alright,
you sure?
I gotta go because dinner's ready. But I'll be back.
Alright, but
Oh, good. Skill is called
Double shot?
Double shot. Use R1 while aiming to notch an additional arrow. Must have to hold it down a little bit more than what I was. I problem solved it. It let me do it now. Of course, after I'm done the fighting, but you know.
Alright, I'm gonna leave party, but